Rogue hive detected. Hostile hive detected. Rogue defender drone detected. Hostile defender drone detected. Rogue stinger hive detected. Hostile stinger hive detected. An agent needs assistance. An agent needs assistance. Rogue stinger hive detected. Hostile stinger hive detected.
Supply drop being claimed by friendly. The enemy can't keep up. They're
كمان هيلي يروح ولا بس بدك رول لورا
يظهر لك
Nearby
لو
agent has become Rogue agent nearby.
دي هيك يعني
Rogue striker drone detected. Hostile striker drone detected. Rogue explosive seeker mine detected. Hostile explosive seeker mine detected. Rogue defender drone detected. Hostile defender drone detected. Contaminated gear detected. Defender drone detected. Hostile defender drone detected. Rogue agent neutralized.
GG mate. I'm playing.
Hostile striker drone detected. Rogue stinger hive detected. Hostile stinger hive detected. Now detecting contaminated gear.
Ты что, ёпта?
Don't fight. Don't shoot. Don't shoot. Solo,
Rogue defender drone detected. Hostile defender drone detected.
Блять, а. Ach nee, oder? Du bist der Hero. Ja, echt.
Rogue bombardier drone detected.
Immer vom Deck.
Hostile bombardier drone detected. Extraction called for. Rogue stinger hive detected. Hostile stinger hive detected. Healer arrived.
Conflict. Hello. Don't, I promise. You don't embarrass yourself, bro. You guys have been using crit pistol all day. You'll get farmed.
We can do pistol, we can do ARs, no problem.
No, I don't think you have a headshot build, to be honest.
Agent neutralized nearby.
No kill players in 1v1, motherfucker. Come back.
What's up, Agents Wolf here. Hopefully you did enjoy the gameplay. This is going to be my best hazard headshot pulse res build. This is going to be strictly for PvP. Now, this setup will allow you to absolutely dominate the dark zone. Obviously, you're going to need to hit headshots. Now, that is up to you as a player. You guys can always switch the build up to adapt it to your own playstyle, and I will give you some more options that maybe might make it a bit easier to use. But the whole purpose of the setup is to get the most amount of hazard protection, pulse res, and headshot damage, because those three are paired really well, especially in the current meta. You can practice, guys. I did play console back in the day, and just practice hitting headshots. You'll eventually get really good at it and be able to do it. Now, you don't have to use the Eagle Bearer. I use the Eagle Bearer because it allows me to kill multiple players. You need to try and get it because it definitely is the best gun to use with this build. But you can do more damage with a FAMAS with Optimist, for example. So you can use whatever AR you want as long as you utilize a talent that is decent, like Optimist. I would recommend that because that's really, really nice with a high RPM assault rifle, like the Police M4, anything like that, Carbine 7. That actually does more damage than the Eagle Bearer. But the Eagle Bearer allows us to take the damage from all the players around me and then get more headshot kills and take out a whole team with hardly any health or armor. So that's why I do recommend find a raid group in the Discord Division 2. Even come to my Discord, ask everyone. We're not really active doing the raids anymore. As you can imagine, the game is quite old, but hopefully you guys can get the EB. So let's take a look at the specialization that I've gone for. It's going to have to be a firewall because of this armor kit. I'm going to be honest with you guys, I don't want to use firewall anymore, but it's just too good because that armor kit will save you. That is the main reason for this. Normally, in the past, we would utilize the Striker's Shield and give us and our teammates more damage, ourselves and our teammates, you know, but it was great, but shields are still viable, but not as good as what they used to be. You get disorientated. I wouldn't really recommend it, but the armor kit is what makes this so good. Just make sure you guys have got assault rifle damage on, and let me quickly explain the setup and how it works and why I've chosen the pieces that I've chosen. So we need to get pulse resistance. That is the main thing. Why? Because the flatline and perfect flatline weapon talents are unbelievably strong in PvP, and a lot of players will melt you. It gives them a lot of damage. So when they aim at you with the linked laser pointer, they will pulse you. Same with the spotter chest piece talent. It gives them more damage, which is amplified. Also, when you're fighting the Heartbreaker players, they will be able to stack armor, get damage on you. It's very important to have pulse resistance. Now, as you noticed in the gameplay, I don't know if you guys did, I was pulsed every now and again. It was because I had 99.9% pulse res, because the 3-piece Jarl gives us hazard, weapon, and pulse resistance. So we only get 90%. I have tried a Ninja Bike backpack variation. It wasn't as good. So we only have 90%. We need a 10% pulse resistance mod. So in the gameplay, I had 99.9 because I don't have a 10%. I need to farm for it. I'll get it hopefully soon. So that's why I have gone for slightly over 100% because you do need it. So the higher your pulse res, the less time you stay pulsed. But I want to become invisible and I want to make sure the Heartbreaker and the spotters can't keep aiming at me and reapplying the pulse. So I do recommend going for 100%, no less. So try and farm that modification. It is difficult, but it's definitely worth it. Next up is going to be the hazard protection headshot side of the build. So the 3-piece Jarl is definitely a must. Like I said, it's not worth running the Ninja Bike because there's some utility that we get from the backpack talent, which is just too good to pass up. So when we look at each piece, guys, as you can notice, I have got headshot hazard protection on every single piece. Now, this is not the highest damage build you can make. This is the best utility build for the Dark Zone because we want to try and get as much hazard protection as we can. So as you guys can see, I've got 80% hazard. One mod on my gear pieces, and I can actually mitigate a status effect completely because you only need around about 90% to completely mitigate it. So if I want to be immune to fire or bleed, I just pop on one mod and then that's that. Or if I need another one, I can go for that as well, depending on how good your mod is. And I've also got 185% headshot damage, which yes, we have to hit headshots, but it is non-situational because we definitely don't want to go for body shots. You're not going to do much damage at all. So when we look at the combinations here, I have tried many other combinations. This is not the highest damage. So a one that can do more damage and one that I've tried myself is the Jarl mask, chest piece, and holster, contractor's gloves, fox's prayer, knee pads, and the same backpack. If you roll headshot damage and then lose hazard protection, which is besides the point of the setup, to be honest, you will do slightly more damage and only slightly. So you're giving up a lot just to get a little bit more damage. And then if you go for hazard on the contractor's foxes, you'll be doing way less damage than this build. Does that make sense? So this is the ultimate utility that gives you everything. Now, if you wanted the most damage, I mean, you could even go for Jarl bag, mask, chest, contractors, foxes, and the Picara's holster. But then again, the 3 pieces, you can only choose one attribute. If you go all headshot, you will be doing the most damage. If you go for hazard, which is the whole point, you will be doing less damage than this build. Hopefully that does make sense to you guys. So this is definitely by far the best and most efficient build that gives you the highest amount of utility. Not the highest damage, the most utility. So hopefully you guys give it a try and let me know what you think. So the great thing about this patch that we have received is we got the Habsburg Guard, which gives us more headshot damage. So this is really, really nice. We pair it up with the Providence. Now you can have a Fenris. That's not a problem. You go for a Fenris, then maybe if you don't hit your headshots, you'll have an easier time hitting the body shots. Now Fenris can do more damage than Providence to the headshot on armor damage, but that is dependent on what your build is and what is multiplying the damage. So I would just test it in the range. Whatever build you're using, always test it and see if Fenris or the one piece that gives you headshot damage, either one is going to be better for you. But I do recommend Providence for the 15%, Habsburg Guard for more headshot damage, 30% from 2 pieces, the 3-piece Jarl, and then the bag, which is completely up to you. And I use the Memento every now and again if I'm in the Dark Zone to get stacks up. Gives you huge amounts of utility. You can get more damage if you use a Fenris, for example. But if you look at this, PvP stats, this is just unbelievable. We've got 1.5 million armor. I even recommend going for more armor because we can hit hard still with the setup. Whenever you are within 10 meters of an enemy, gain 12% bonus armor. That is insane. So we get huge percentage of bonus armor if players are around us, which is the whole point of the setup. So I think we definitely need the Matador backpack. It is important. So this is going to be a must-have. Headshot hazard on it as well. We only get 5% weapon damage, but it all synergizes perfectly. Same with the Jarl, we get more weapon damage, which is nice. Headshot damage is still the best way to go, guys, because it's non-situational. You don't have to crit when you're hitting your headshots. We do have baseline crit damage. So if we haven't spec'd anything into crit damage, we still have 60%. 20% crit chance, which doesn't matter because that's from our Shade Tech watch. So you will be doing a bit more damage than what it says on the non-crits, but mostly it's going to be non-crits, so non-situational, always hitting the head, always mitigating spotter players, heartbreaker players, being invisible, and always completely mitigating any kind of a skill build, status effect. It's really, really nice, and also dishing out huge amounts of damage with our Eagle Bearer, or whatever gun you're going to be using. So let's start from the top. So 1.5 million armor. So the EB is still the best because it's great accuracy from range. You get the proc. You guys know how this works. It's not the best for damage. The FAMAS with Optimist is definitely going to be one of the best, if not the best. It's up to you guys. There are other ones. You can use the SOCOM MK16. You can use the Police M4. It doesn't really matter, whatever you want to go for. Secondary, I've got for the White Death for the possibly one-shotting. Sometimes it doesn't, but you can do over 1 million damage in PvP with this gun, with the Talent Ranger, because I'm going to be doing it from range. So I definitely recommend that. The pistol is completely up to you. So this is quite simple, guys. Pulse resistant mod on the mask and the chest piece. Try get 110%, then you can put a headshot on the mask, for example, and then another headshot on the bag, because that's what I've got here, headshot damage modification. Every single piece, hazard protection, headshot damage. It's that simple. So I will quickly just show you if you want to see all the pieces. I know some of you guys always ask. Unbreakable is still the best chest piece talent. It gives you another life. I 100% recommend it. When you have memento stacks as well with the setup, it is really, really amazing. But like I said, this is just non-situational, and I do recommend trying this bag. If you can't farm it, try, guys. Try get it. It's really, really good. There was one at the vendor the other day with crit damage. Hopefully you guys did pick one up. So you can use concussion as well, but we've got way more than enough damage. So I do recommend more survivability, because in this game, there's so much damage from expertise and all of that. It is quite tricky. Also, something to mention, you can use a 2-piece Walker and Harris for 5% armor damage as opposed to like a Habsburg or a Providence, but it will give you slightly less damage. It's very, very similar and very close. But remember, you need to decide, do you want non-situational headshot damage? Obviously, you're going to be trying to get headshots. Or do you want some just armor damage? A lot of players have very high health because of their high Shade Tech watch levels. So I recommend going rather for the headshot damage, or the Habsburg or the Providence. It's up to you though. Sometimes I use Foam, Defender Drone, I use Disruption Pulse. It depends on my situation. You can use whatever you want. Defender Drone is really, really good with this setup. And then Pulse, so you can know where the players are, or Decoy. That's up to you guys. And you just use whatever mod you think is going to suit the way you play. So pause the video if you want to see any of the stats. Hopefully you did enjoy the gameplay and the setup description. I'll see you guys very soon in the next video. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe. Peace out, guys.